Leonard Bernstein came in 1948 to Germany, and he conducted the Munich Orchestra.
He was sent by the State Department, the United States government, to come and to do a few concerts.
As we were sitting around, I said, hey, why don't we try to get Mr. Bernstein to come and visit the camp? We have a small orchestra of musicians, 6 or 8 or 10. They're not very good, but it would be wonderful if he would conduct them.
At first it was called Santotillian Orchestra. Then we named it Ex-Concentration Camp Orchestra.
The Ex-Concentration Camp Orchestra. The Ex-Concentration Camp Orchestra invited Leonard Bernstein, who was already very famous.
And while sitting at dinner, he said, well, what can I do for you? So we told him, we said, we have a camp, it has an orchestra, would you want to conduct it? They'd be very happy.
He conducted the orchestra, and he accompanied me on the piano.
He came to us. He said yes. He conducted.
He walked in, and the people, there was more outside than in, stood up and cheered him. He was startled. Wasn't quite sure what this was about. We'd explained who the DPs were, who they were. He got up, and he conducted as if it were the Royal Philharmonic. And I noticed, sitting on the side, tears pouring out of his eyes, dropping down. And he got more, faster and faster and faster, and finally, it was almost as if he were ready to faint. And he came right out after bowing, and he stood in the corner. Couldn't stop crying. So we then asked him, as long as we had him, would he perform another time? He said, sure. And so he did it again. And the whole camp, there must have been 2,000 people. All of them were standing around. And when he came out, by this time it was dark, they, for no reason, they just kept shouting, Bernstein, Bernstein. We almost had to carry him. He was so beaten by that emotional day.
Wir stehen bei der Wand und steht das Herz verklemmte mit der abgelosten Hand wie bei einer weinenden Gewerbe. Ghetto, dich vergessen will ich keinmal nicht. Echo, ist dein treuerig dein einzig Lied.